this fear while I was in the streets of New York, and I would practice. I waited tables and bartended, and I would read all the people that were open. I would guess their names. I would guess where they were from, all kinds of things. And I would read on all of my guests that were open to it over the years. So that's how I practiced.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love learning that. I didn't know your history with it. I've always wondered like how someone who does what you do and has your gifts, how they grow into it, you know.
Intention. So that was the past. You were like, okay, I'm going to live intentionally. I'm not just going to do it my way. Thy will be done, not my will be done. You're very willful. So your will was like, I don't know about that. Oh, and healing. Okay. Strength. This is where you're at right now. It's the strength card. She's got the crown of stars all around her.
See where those cards are? Push them up just a little bit. There you go.
Okay. Oh, wow. Here we are.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did a little touch up on my nails.
Also, they're okay today with my fancy rings. So the strength card here, crown of stars. This is you with your intuitive gifts, your spiritual gifts, your advisors, and the dragonfly is moving through illusion and really
literally my spirit animal.
Yeah. So and there's two of them here. Wow, that's a real big heck yes. Okay. Normally he gets chills, but when his butthole does that, that's like Angelica's
so right on.
The sphincter doesn't lie. I've always said that.
Okay.
True story.
So back to the channeling.
I'm sorry. I will not distract you anymore with my brilliant comedy.
So the strength card. This is you, again, using thy will, the spiritual will, the will of the universe for your real strength. Because you are like a Valkyra. Do you know what a Valkyra is? Oh, you got to look it up. Valkyras are a warrior. And you'll see them on a horse, and they're just like coming out of the sky, and they're spiritual warriors. So you have definitely had that spiritual warrior energy. So you've had to like calm down your fire. Super fiery. I don't know what your sign is, but you've got fire coming out of your heart. And I think your partner, he's like, okay, calms the fire down as much as he can.
He's a Libra.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not.
No?
October? No?
No, he's
What's his
November.
birthday?
Oh. He's a Scorpio.
Sagittarius.
Oh,
Sagittarius.
no
Okay,
wonder
so
I
he's
love him. I'm
fire
a
too.
Sagittarius. You're a
He's fire
Libra.
too.
No.
Oh,
Where's
yeah.
a Libra?
What's
Oh,
your
Michelle
sign?
and Mindy are
I'm a
Libras.
Cancer.
This one.
Okay, well that's interesting.
And my mom.
Because even though you're Cancer, you got fiery energy, and it's like, damn girl, could burn my hair off. Woo! So anything I'm saying mean anything to you?
Yeah, it resonates. It lands.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then what's coming is healing. Now this is you really establishing your healing in the world, even more so. Are you working on any health issues right now or anything with your body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a protocol is going to come in. You're going to modify the protocol that has already, that you have.
Yes.
I think you're going to you're like a little, you're like with the little oils and like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and like all the tonics. And you're like, no, that's not right. Let me throw that out. Let me get this. So you're modifying your healing protocol.
Yes.
And in spring till summer, you'll have a big shift with your health in the positive. Feels a little autoimmune type of achy painsy, like some things where you're like, I just need to cleanse and tonify. And I think because you're an athlete, there's so much of the lactic acid that comes out. So people that are athletes, they got to watch the lactic acid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And because it's acidic.
Yeah.
So it creates other issues, all that acidic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So nothing to worry about, but this is you making your little potions and doing all your things.
Yes.
And then I think you're going to talk about, I do see another book. I know this one took a year and a half. I do see another book, sis. So any questions about anything? That was just cold,
Yeah, no, that's great. Can I ask questions? How does this work? Tell me.
Okay.
Just I can ask.
So basically I just tune in and I feel you, and then the information comes so fast.
Yeah.
It's like a teleprompter in my head, and then I'll usually see visuals too. So I can talk fast because the information's coming as I'm talking.
Yeah.
It's not delayed.
Okay.
So
like in
keep
real
breathing, keep breathing.
Yeah, no, I love that. In the whole book number 2, there is another idea rattling around, and I keep kind of pushing her away.
Yeah, you do. You do, but she's coming in. And I think it's a two-parter, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know if that means like there's 2 parts to the book.
Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe there's a companion workbook.
There is 2 separate book ideas
Okay.
that I've always said I wanted to work at the same time.
Okay,
so
because
that
I
could be
saw
it.
them like this, and that they link together with their marketing too. Yes, yes, that's a good thing. It's happening.
Oh, that's so wild.
So do you want to ask about any subject?
Yeah, I want to know how this is gonna do.
Okay. So this book right here is.
What's your prediction?
I'll tell you. So it's a gate opener. It's like it's gonna just blast your career off. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so busy. Yeah. So more shows. And okay, they're showing me. Okay.
Oh God.
So when's the next award show? Is it the Oscars?
The Oscars are coming up.
Yeah. Is there any way you can get books in the Oscar gift bags, or any of the SAG awards or anything?
Potentially.
Because that's what I'm seeing.
I have a contact that's
Yes.
sitting on the couch over here that might know some people.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing that you could do that. That's one of the best things you could do.
Or the Grammys, they're coming
Yeah.
up.
Get it to. I'm seeing more of the
Becky's like,
actors. Get it to in the gift.
Bags.
The
Okay.
swag.
Okay.
Like if you had 100 copies or something,
Yeah.
it'd be worth it. And sign it and just be like, how about this? I'm feeling Ellen as well, so I don't know if you have any contact with Ellen. Do you have a contact with Ellen?
You better hurry because she's in her farewell
I know. That's
season.
what I was thinking. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not
She's
even
about
been
to
in
be
my
done.
fields.
I got her before. So I do see the awards. Try to get it out there for the
Okay.
awards. Just be like, who can I get this to get it in? And they do sometimes pay for that, but there are people that's what they do. They make the swag bags
Yeah.
to give to the top people for the show. I don't know if they give it to everyone in the audience. I think it may be presenters.
Yeah.
And people that are nominated. I don't care if you have to go there and drop it off and be like, here you go. I don't know who's nominated, but be like, hi, radically level. Here's a book for you. But I'm feeling that, it's going to open up for you to do a book tour. Yeah, it's time. The things are going to get better with that. I think you need to do a book tour. I really do. Breathe.
I could see her doing podium. I could see her at a podium reading. I mean, I don't know if I'm just seeing something that I've seen like on Sex and the City, but but like when Carrie was out doing her book thing and she would read passages, I could totally see you doing that.
Yes, and pick if there's an edgier part of the story, because I missed the beginning of the podcast, so I don't really know what your book's fully about. But like, do the edgy part,
Okay.
so that people are like, oh yeah, I had a crazy background and now I'm more open to it, because that's the door opener. I think you okay.
Comments, by the way, from our live feed.
Hi, live feed.
The Dynamo says, this is Rebecca from the Dynamos. Send it to Reese Witherspoon. She has a great book club that collaborates with Barnes & Noble.
Oh, I love that.
You know who else has a book club? No one even knows about her. She's on the rise. Oprah Winfrey. Remember this name. You're going to hear this name a lot. I bet.
Look at her face. So yeah, I want you to dream on this a little bit. There are some dreams that. Are you a psychic dreamer? Do you ever have dreams that tell you what to do?
That it sparks an idea, or sometimes they even happen. It's very strange.
Yeah. So I want you to program your dreams. Just go into meditation and go, show me how to get my book out. Because it's partly you trusting your own intuition on this to open the doors. And there's no concern whatsoever about it.
Okay.
Just relax, man. Because it's your first, when it's our first, right?
Yes.
It's your first. You put so much into it.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself. It's what people are ready for. This is the time we're in the Great Awakening. Welcome. Welcome to the crazy storm of Earth life. It's the Great Awakening. No matter what's going on in your life, you're like, oh my God, this is hell. I don't know what's happening. It's the end of the world. It's not exactly
That
end of the
resonates
world.
with me, the Great Awakening.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the apocalypse is the revealing.
Yeah.
That's really what that means. It's to reveal, to see what's really happening. So let's call it the awakening. Because the other one, I mean, I don't know, gives people nightmares and makes them depressed. So why bother with that? We're definitely in a place of waking up to our higher dimensional self.
Yeah.
And you have a ton of spiritual energy around you.
Oh.
And
There you go.
yeah, I'm picking up on a really interesting thing.
Oh, please.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm feeling that you have an energy from another universe. Yeah. You're from another universe. Just a visitor. Just a guide.
She's pretty out of this world.
She is. She's I mean, it's no accident you had a Star Wars party for your, what do you call it? I don't want to say Quinceañera Star Wars party. She's galactic. You're from another universe.
I love I'm like obsessed with Griffith Park since I was a child. I'm like obsessed with the solar system. I'm like, I try to dream about being out in the galaxy. That's like what I try to make myself.
Well, that's your home.
To.
Hey, Mariah. Here's another one of your friends.
Are we galactic beings? Oh my God.
So for people out there that think, okay, Angelica's nuts, but everything else was accurate, we're not from here. We're visitors. We borrow this body, and we come and we incarnate, and we have a life purpose, and we have gifts, and we have karma, which is things that are unresolved, lessons we need to learn with human beings. And so most people that we meet, we have something with from another time, right? Okay, this deck. Okay, another question. Okay, this is you overcoming. You were like, meh, meh, something else didn't go the way you wanted it. This is unfulfilled expectations in the Tower card, and then the Sun. We like that the Tower card is like from the past. This is the
I
Sun.
would always get the Tower card every time I get my tarot. I always get the Tower. What is that about?
So the Tower is an interesting. Let me get this in here better.
JK.
There we go. The Tower is the mind.
The Tower is our old mental concepts that end up needing to be reconditioned and fall, right? So it's often tough things, change, things that are tough for us, and then we have to, like, the building has to fall before the new can be born, right? So whatever trouble you went through in the recent or near past, like this is where that is. The Sun is awards. The Sun is success. The Sun is joy. In love, it's the best card. It's one of the best cards in love. But this is you, rocking you, and shining out to the world, and not hiding anywhere. That's weird. How could she be hiding?
She has like 3 million downloads, but you've been hiding. Yep, I'm calling you out. I don't know what that means, but that's the message. You've been hiding, like maybe spiritually, like the other side to you.
Oh no, I'm a hider.
Yeah.
I don't like to.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So it's ironic how uncomfortable for you.
It is very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, but we do what's most difficult for us. That's our life purpose. Whatever is most difficult becomes our greatest gift to humanity, like whatever is hardest for us. Wow. So it doesn't come easy. Life purpose, often like people will have dyslexia and be an actor, or have a stutter and be a speaker. You know, so that's like whatever the social anxiety, the cancer, and like I'm in a shell and I want to stay home.
Get me in my shell. Introvert.
You do everything just to go home. Like it's like okay, I did that so I can go home. Right? Yeah. So that's what's difficult for you, but you're not going to be as home as much as you like. You've had enough time there. Now the universe is going to push you out. So.
Okay.
Yay.
All right. So that's my reading for you. I mean, we could go on for a long time, but so this is how I do the tarot readings. And when I do my private readings, people will ask a little more questions, and then I'll do an energy healing, a sound bath, a clearing.
We're going to do this.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
Can I get a reading?
Of course,
I want to do it.
Do you want to take a photo of this, Rosie, before I put the cards away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that helpful so you can reference back to it?
Yes, absolutely. And then she'll have a record of it. I mean, you can always watch the episode. Mm-hmm. That was super fun.
Thank you
so as you notice, I barely looked at her. I don't know her. Every now and then she would react, but the information is so fast. It's beyond her reactions. It's not from my mind. It's from my intuition. All righty.
Just ran over from Studio B.
All right.
This is quite a haul.
Oh, JD.
Quite a haul.
JD, get ready, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, JD.
This is the first time that you've done this with me since the only time. We've only ever had one reading. It was the day that we met in person.
Right.
And it ended up being you said some things that at the time didn't resonate, but then ended up resonating with me later. So I know how I know how these things work.
All right, so please say your first and last name 3 times, JD.
JD Cargill, JD Cargill, JD Cargill.
You are really, interesting. So you've got the sun card too. And, all right, so I need to shuffle them more. Hold on. You got the 2 same cards.
I don't feel like I do. I just very similar to Rosie. Also, lots of success and awards. Sun card seemed fine to me.
I know, but I'm telling you, it told me that. So I pay attention. I really follow the guidance.
Oh, good.
You can take that if you want, but there's other cards.
Should I be thinking about something right now?
Yeah.
or About, something.
Purposeful action. That's better. Okay, that's okay. Those are your cards. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to read it backwards. The budget lessons.
It's not just about money. It's actually more about you looking at output and input of your energy. So in this card here, that's like what's coming. It's budget lessons. It's budgeting your own energy expenditures and then what you're receiving back. And then you're going to be figuring out some things for business and going, okay, this is my budget for that. But this is budget lessons. This isn't about lessons around it so much. It's more about balancing your giving and receiving. This is what you just came from, purposeful action to launch all of what you're doing right now. And this is pause and observation. I mean, it's weird because I don't see you taking too much of a pause because you're busy and you're doing everything, but that's what this card is suggesting. So maybe that's on the weekends. You do some more meditation. You take time every day to really observe and pause rather than a long, you don't have the time to pause and
observe right now. So I feel like the cards are like, I'm reading them differently than what they would actually normally mean.
But I feel like you might be surprised that what they normally mean is actually resonating with me.
Okay, great.
Like that budget.
Okay.
About time, about that being about time and energy is really.
Yeah, that's what that's about versus this person. Normally they don't have enough money and they're trying to get through and they're having a hard time with money. That's not what it means for you. That's why I read it in that way. Then you've got the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups it's about love.
It's about loving again. I feel like you're having a different partnership with yourself than you've ever had. So that when you're ready to have that again in your life, for that to open, it will come from a different place. So you're falling in love with yourself right now and doing all these wonderful projects. And that's about the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy inside of yourself. Resonating that out.
There's no masculine energy.
All
feminine.
Do you have a question about anything?
I do, but I don't want to give anything away. But
so
I will
pick a subject or a sentence. It doesn't have to.
Okay, how are things gonna go tonight?
Oh, okay. I know.
Tea.
Well, that's really
Pray tell.
Interesting. 2 of Fire. So we've got this too. This should I say it on air?
Yeah.
Okay. So is this a personal thing that you're doing? Yeah. So look, you've got the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Fire. I think that's a pretty good energy. It's a balance, and this traditionally is more of the creative. It's like a creative kind of energy. It's 2 people that are working on a project, and then this is love, and this is connection that way. So I feel like you're opening the door for more of that.
This is making me so freak out a little bit. I know I don't say it because I'm a skeptic. I know I don't want to be, but every time we do this stuff, I'm always in my head like, can this be real? Can this be real? And I mean, and
I'm picking the cards randomly.
What's crazy?
Not even touching them.
Because we know each other, I could sense that it might be hard for you because I feel you saying that these cards are telling you something different than what you know. It totally makes sense.
Things, right? So that's the thing. Reading, it keeps the reading going, but I'm also sensitive because we're on air. That's the other thing.
Right.
Like normally I do readings privately. People aren't just airing out all their stuff, and it takes courage to do that, but it's fun. So yeah, you are on a whole nother trajectory in your life that you're like, wow, that was the best thing that ever happened. There were so many good things that have come out of what you went through that was painful. And now you're like, I'm a new person. I'm enjoying myself. And you're peeking out of, I see you like there's this little cave and you're peeking out and you're like, oh, hello. Hi. Hello, lava. There's a little bit of that energy. You're like,
my head's stuck. Can you help me out? My head's stuck in the cave. Oh God. So here's the facts. facts. When I sat down, I'm having dinner tonight with my ex, who I haven't seen in person in a while, a few months. Well, we saw each other a couple times, but it's very sensitive, the timing of our relationship, what's going on with us right now. I imagined that you thought I was thinking about all this and what we're doing here, but I actually wasn't. Part of what has been on my mind a lot has been whether or not I have the time right now for a meaningful relationship, like to do what you have to do to make them work. And because we were together for so long, and I know how my time was spent when we were together, and I know what I want for the future, it's one of these big things, because we're getting together tonight. Like when you said there's 2 people working on a project and 2 people in love, this is where we're going to couples therapy. And so we're getting together tonight to talk about what we each want to get out of couples therapy.
That's wonderful.
And so the fact that that is what you turned over is really
that's interesting.
Resonating.
And I think that this is part of your healing journey, and to not get in your heads about it. You know what I mean? Like, you care about each other so much. It's so easy to go, well, this is how it's not going to work. You can't work like this, and I'm too busy, and blah, 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 blah. Versus, here's the possibilities. Like how you do the show. These are the possibilities now. What lights your fire? What do you miss about the relationship? What do you feel could be improved? How can we repurpose it? It's like a spring cleaning, and then you, instead of making some big dramatic decision, you guys are really connected, and how can you grow together in love and find the balance, you know? And it's not about, you know, taking, oh God, I can't remember the word, when you compromise. It's not about compromise. It's about consciously creating.
right. Collaborating.
Yes.
I love that.
And the compromise energy is like neither party gets their needs met. And that's the old codependent model. The interdependent model is you're 100% you're 100% responsible for your reality, and that person is too. And then you connect, and you've got the 2 circles. So the relationship is the part in the middle. You're 2 whole people, and like that. And that's the part that overlaps. And that's where we get out of the codependence. And we go, oh, wow, this is where we really have synergy and love and connection.
This pause observation card, to me, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that means, like, because we're separated right now.
Right.
It seems like that's all we're doing is pausing and thinking about things. And this is so remarkable, but I want to make sure that I'm not the only one, because we have a little more time, and DeMarcus and Mariah.
It's just gonna be me.
It's just gonna be you.
Okay, it's gonna be Mariah.
Can you come over here? Because I can go over there and switch.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
know.
stay here.
Can she be there?
Mariah.
Oh, she's scared to come on camera.
I love my little area over here.
Do you want to be in your little empath corner?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Can I?
That's fine. I bet you're coming out, but not now. That's fine.
I feel
Do you want to take a photo of this?
I feel
honey?
comfy back here.
So have a good set your intention tonight and surround this person with love. And I'd like you to invite something better that what you've already had, like yes and.
Right.
Yes and to the friendship.
Yeah.
Yes
I mean,
and
that's
to-
exactly what it is. We love each other. We know
Yes.
that. And can we both change in the ways that we need to be what the other person needs?
So coming from that 100% responsible for your own reality and your own creation, by saying, this is my authentic truth, and this is what I can show up and share with you. That's what's true for me. Versus, do I need to change?
Right.
What can I offer?
Right.
I think that would be a really helpful thing. This is what I can offer right now. I'm busy, but I could do this, I could do this. And then modify the behaviors that you need to. But I like the word modify rather than change, because then it makes it sound like the 2 people have to be different to be together.
I kind of think that's true. I mean, but I don't think of change as a bad thing. Change is
Right.
growth. Change is like evolution.
Right.
You know, I do. You know, I don't need to get too into this, but
I
I'm.
understand.
Yeah,
Growth
it makes
is
sense to me.
positive. I'm just saying
Right.
that change often
Make sure you talk.
change often inspires that somebody is not doing it right when it comes to relationship. You need to change. You need to change. You need to change. Versus we need to grow and consciously create together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm speaking to.
Okay, that
All
makes
right?
sense.
All right.
I'm so excited for
Fine.
Mariah's reading.
Okay.
Me too.
Wow. Alrighty. So Mariah, you're so cute. I feel you already. Sister.
This is Mariah.
I know exactly what
This is Mariah.
me.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wait.
Mariah I'd like you to just breathe, focus on yourself, and say your first and last name 3 times.
Mariah Corsani, Mariah Corsani, Mariah Corsani.
Oh, what's that?
What y'all doing?
Trying to
We're
point to
pointing
her.
to Mariah.
Oh, okay. Hi.
So people know who's getting the reading.
All right, Mariah, who's floating up top here. It's a huge time of transformation for you, Mariah. Okay, interesting. So, I love that for you. These are good cards. So the first card is about, it's the 7 of swords. It's ego. And the next one is following your dreams. It's the 1 of wands. And then
And the third one is the One of Swords. Status surge. So the ego is you. This is you being an empath and feeling everybody's stuff. All their ego stuff. And you being like, oh God, it's so much. I'm so overwhelmed. That's what I feel. I mean, we all have an ego. But I don't feel like this is so much your own ego, except for the fact that sometimes you retract when other people are putting their stuff on you. And then you get a little squirrely and like put up a wall. So that's where your ego comes in. But this is more it's being sensitive to what people say. Words. Because swords are words and thoughts. And so if somebody said something like, you're a this or you're a that, even if they were
meaning, it puts it in your brain, and then you're like, am I that? And then you start to obsess, oh my God, am I that? But I'm not that. Am I that? And then you'll ask somebody, is that who I am? And it starts to spin you out. So when I'm sharing, rather than giving labels, it's to open the door for your own awareness and intuition, because otherwise, if I said too many labels or too many, you're this, I think the obsessive mind would come in. And then you're like, I'm trying to sleep, and I'm envisioning all of these realities, and then that happens, and then it happens. Your third eye, your intuition opens up so much that you get overwhelmed, and then you're like, nothing can shut it down.
This is why I love weed.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna. Honestly, that's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
next. That's.
I thought you're from Portland, Oregon. You're from Weed, Oregon?
Yes. So following your dreams, you've decided what your dreams are now. You have.
Mm-hmm.
Before you were like, I don't know. And now you're like, I'm doing it. I mean, I think there's like a question mark, and then you're like, oh, I actually am doing it. Like sometimes when you're in things, you have to pinch yourself. You're like, am I doing this? Because you're so out of your body all the time. You're like, are we really here in this reality? Is this a dream? Because you have a little bit of past trauma that makes you disassociate. Disassociation is when we feel like we're completely out of our body and we're like, who is this? Have you ever walked by a mirror and been like, who are you? Okay, that's disassociation. Now, when it's in the light, it's you're in an expanded space of consciousness. So if people like go on a meditation retreat for 10 days or whatever, they might walk by a mirror and be like, whoa, I don't even recognize myself. But it's disassociation. So the next time you see a mirror, I want you to be like, hey, Mariah, what's up, girl? It's you. If I'm going to see you do that, you're like, I've created a monster.
And then give yourself a high five.
Yeah.
Like what is
Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins says.
Yeah. So
High
make
five
a
yourself in
joke
the mirror.
about
Yeah.
it. But the joke is true. Like you need to remind yourself, I'm in this body, and that's who I am in this life. I'm this girl, because you're so expanded. And then you got the status surge, which is linked to the following your dreams. You're getting pushed out into the public. So eventually you're going to be over here. You're all hiding in your little, what do you call it? Incubator. Your engineer incubator, but you're going to be here because you're meant to share your wisdom and your truth and your creativity. You love doing the behind the scenes and you love all of that. And you're going to move out to be here. That's where you need to be. But right now, you're like hovering above us all, which is such an interesting position for you. Because you're like, I'm on the show. Any questions about anything?
Can I?
Any comments? Does
Can
that
I
resonate?
bring up like a topic, and
Sure.
can we focus on that?
Of course.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm gonna get real personal,
Yeah, you
and
are.
I'm okay with being really personal on here, so I
Okay.
don't mind. Romantic relationships.
Okay.
We all lean in.
Yeah, I'm seeing two people.
Mariah, good for you.
But
Good.
look what card you got, relationship bliss. You got
It
that
should
card.
be. She has the most population to choose from.
Oh my God, JD.
True story.
So you come from the Justice card. This is you balancing the two energies. Because there's always the potential of two with you. That's
Kind of your jam to have more than one person. Like, I think having one person is a unique challenge for you. And then you're like, wait, but I love this person also. And I like this person. And then you go back and you're like, oh, it's too much to manage. So I do feel that's what this Justice card means, is you balancing that energy between the two people. And that yin and yang. Because you're bi, so there's the male and the female energy. And you're like, oh, I love that.
bookends. But you got sorry, Sergey.
It's okay.
But you've got the relationship bliss card, which is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is all of the goodness of love. It's just fulfillment, joy, happiness. Can you allow yourself to be so effervescent and happy and in love, and you get your needs met? Because that's a little bit what's coming for you. You're going to be like, I'm used to being the giver, but can you do this for me? That's your new game. Can you do this for me? And then you've got anxious about change, the Four of Cups. She's looking out. There's some anxiety issue. Like I just stuttered. There's an anxiety issue with you. So when there's more people to manage, then you feel all their stuff, and then you're like, oh my God, what have I done? All right, should I just be alone? Should I just be with one person? Should I be blah, blah, blah. So there's benefit of dating multiple people and allowing yourself to be free and connect, but then it's a lot to manage. And then you're like, oh, there could be more. Oh no. And that's part of your challenge, but also what you like. You like, it's not just variety, you're just like, I love different souls. And so sometimes you'll meet someone at a similar time when you're with somebody else and you're like, whoa, okay, which one do I pick? You know, and I'm feeling a choosing. You're going to have to choose in the sense of like modify your search, because there is multiple options. Let's just call it that are in your energy field. Is there somebody new in your life right now?
No.
Okay. All right. So I think more are coming.
Okay.
I mean, you're a young woman, so you're going to have multiple people in this lifetime. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, wow, that was cool. This next 2 years, how old are you?
24. I'll be 25 in a few weeks.
Oh, okay. So these next 2 years are going to be like gold for you. You're just going to be growing and growing. He's like, what I would do. I
Give me
heard
my
it.
25-year-old back.
Yeah.
I know,
Yep.
right?
I'm like, her frontal cortex isn't even fully developed yet, and
I
I've
know.
got jackets older than her.
So yeah.
Wow, when I was 25.
Any questions about what I'm saying?
So could this be, does this mean like right now, or could this be like at some point it's gonna,
This is coming. for
coming?
you,
Okay.
Like more than one person.
Okay.
But right now, you've got the relationship bliss card right now, but then the anxiety of nervous about change because more is coming, another person or
Okay.
two, and I definitely feel it. I really do. And you'd be like,
Can you sense the gender?
well, you got the male and the
And if you
female.
don't
got the
sense
male-
a gender,
Yeah.
they may be
Maybe we got-
agender
Right,
Oh,
right,
yes.
right,
or
right.
non-binary.
Well, the thing is you've got both of the energies in the Justice card. I do see a female. I do see at least one additional female energy. At least.
Serge is like, yes.
I was gonna say, could this also mean within?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
exploration
yes,
with sexual thing. Okay,
yes,
cool.
Yes.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
called a win-win.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
we've had conversations about.
This is more than a conversation.
We've had conversations about
Yeah.
someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It's gonna
right.
be fun.
Lucky.
All right.
Yes.
Lucky
so I actually
trio.
feel good about that. If anxiety comes up, that's when you need to give voice. These are the parameters. This is what I'm comfortable with. This is what freaks me out. This is what my worries and concerns are, or about that person. Creating the boundaries. I mean, it's a whole thing. Ethical non-monogamy is a whole thing. And being ethical is being ethical with yourself. What are my core values? What do I want in a relationship? Do you get dizzy?
Yes.
I'm super dizzy right now.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
and
really
some
dizzy
water,
right now.
please.
Yeah.
I feel your dizziness. I literally almost fell out of the chair.
Oh.
That's okay.
I'm
I'm
so-
good. So I'm so
sorry.
empathic that I feel the symptoms of other people. The whole studio just went. Roar.
Okay, see, I kind of sometimes feel like I'm in a constant state of dizziness.
Thank you,
Wow.
honey.
You just said that to me yesterday.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
got
weird.
really
She's like,
dizzy
I have to
yesterday.
take a second.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
so
I was
crazy.
gonna. I feel like I'm
Alright,
gonna
I'll
pass
take
out, but then I never actually pass out. Knock on wood.
Wow.
Thank
I'm
goodness.
sorry.
No, it's okay. So this is the thing about being empathic. At first, you're like, "Oh my God, do I have constant issues?" And then when you realize it's other people, then you can discern. Is that me? Like I ate before the studio. I'm good. I slept, so it's not something that I think. Just all of a sudden, I got dizzy. I was looking at you, and the whole studio started to spin.
What is that? Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I've been very dizzy all day.
So I want you to breathe nice and deep and put your feet on the ground and ground your energy. It's really important for you, and especially opening up the relationship to other people, because that means more energy to manage of other people. Not just their feelings, but their energy. Okay.
I like
So
it. I
how
think.
much time do we have? What do we
Well,
have?
actually, we are. Does you guys didn't want to do?
No, I'm
one?
good.
You're good. Okay, I appreciate that. It's personal. Not everybody has to do it, but I do have a fun little thing for us to do. But I wanted to go to our last mindful moment so that we can reset. And once again, everybody, this is great. Go ahead.
I just want to say one thing.
Sure.
Before we did that,
Mhm.
I just want to thank everybody. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
so
Welcome.
much. Thank you. It was amazing.
And I'll be
You're
here
amazing.
on. Thank you. I'll be here Tuesdays at 4 p.m. doing my show, The Angelica Perman Show. You can find me on angelicaperman.com to book a reading, and on Instagram, Angelica Perman, and sending a lot of love to all of you guys. And you get to see by having other people get a reading what that would be like for you. And maybe some of the things resonated, some things about this main storyline that people were going through, and that could give you a message too. Mwah.
Absolutely.
Lots of love.
Mwah. Speaking of, all right. All right. Thank you so much to Angelica Perman. The Angelica Perman Show is here on Gals, Gays, and Days every Tuesday at 4 p.m. And of course, we want to thank the lovely Rosie Acosta, who is still here. She stopped by today to push her book, which we're so excited about. I'm going to step down. Which is called You Are Radically Loved, A Healing Journey to Self-Love. Something that I have found that is really healing and helpful is surprises,
I love
and
surprises.
I do too, and answering questions that come to us completely unannounced, right? There are 295 pages in this book of questions, and I just want to go around and let each person pick a number between, let's see, the first question is on page 1, believe it or not, and the last one is on 295. So pick a number between 1 and 295. Who would like to go first?
122.
All right.
Dang.
I love it.
You said,
That number came right to you,
wait, what's the last page?
and here it is. 295.
295.
222.
Okay. 122.
Good numbers. Yeah.
When you recount something that has happened to you, do you typically exaggerate and embellish? If so, why?
Normally, yes.
Me too.
Because I'm dramatic.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like the drama.
Yeah. Well, and normally, and it's funny because I call myself out during it, and I'll give you an example. But I'm thinking as far as the book, I really actually went the opposite way because I'm like, this is something that has to be truth and has to be true to the
Right.
story. So that's why I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, because most of the time, yes, I do embellish. Like I'll go for a run in the morning with Chowder, and I come home and I'm like, this is every time we go on a run. I almost got hit by a car today. And by almost hit by a car, I mean it was a block away, but it was coming for me.
And a completely different person, but I saw her almost get hit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Me
So-
too. I totally feel it. Exaggeration is like, I mean, what does people say? I never let a fat get in the way of a good story.
It's true.
Whether it's a fact or not, yeah. Exaggerating. I do too. I think it's just for flair and drama
Yeah.
and stuff, but never when it's serious. You're right.
Yeah, when it's serious, I normally can just get in there and just present it. But if it's a story, if it's something like that, I'm dramatic. Oh my, I almost got run over. Like I could not believe whatever. And it really is so dramatic. Like I almost messed this thing up, and it's like by almost meaning like there's no way I could have messed it up, but in my mind it happened, and so that means I want to express that it did.
Or this is the worst day of my life.
Ever. Oh my God.
Ever.
Oh, or
that is the
everything's
most
going wrong.
disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah.
Or this is the worst
Or, like, you
situation
get-
I've ever been in. Yeah.
Or you get one bad email and you're like, oh my God, the whole entire day has been like this.
Exactly. Or you spend one night in the drunk taking Wheat Hill and you're like, this is all going to be the end of me. Not true. Not true. Okay, DeMarcus. 222.
Yeah.
I love that you picked all twos. Those are auspicious numbers, right? Would you want every person in the country to have genetic information saved in a DNA databank so that small genetic readers could accurately ID anyone at any time? What would your biggest concern be about such a system?
Look at his face.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
I got lost in there.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we pick a different number? Because
like,
honestly,
scared.
I'm rereading this question and I don't understand. Would you want every person in the country to have genetic information saved in a DNA data bank
Like
so that
23andMe.
Yeah, so that small genetic readers could accurately ID anyone at any time?
So it's like, do you want all your information?
Why?
Yeah, no,
Who
yeah,
would say
yeah.
yes to this?
No.
Well, everybody, Ancestry.com and all
Keeps
of those.
them-
Yeah, they keep the genetics so they can identify if your uncle or was like wanted for a crime. And
And sell the information to
Yeah.
Google. They do that as
I
well.
mean, really,
That's so crazy,
not
but
to
I don't
get
wanna do that.
weird and totally conspiracy theory
I love this
here,
book.
but there is. I mean, they want that data. They want to know what to sell you.
Right.
You become a product at that point. They know exactly what your tendencies are. And
So
what
sure,
your
you know
purchase
you're
is.
Well-
16th Irish, but guess what? You're going to be
Yeah.
getting tire ads for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
There's like someone super high up at 23andMe is married to someone super high up at Google, and there's like a whole conspiracy around
Yeah, let me cancel that.
Really?
23andMe thing
Yeah.
that I'm getting sent
I
to
thought
my
that your
house.
name isn't associated with it. I thought you were a randomized number.
That's what they say. Oh, did I just say that?
That's
Oh,
Angela.
no.
She said that's what they say.
Angelica.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Well, regardless, that was a good number to pick because it's got me thinking. I did want to do the 23andMe thing.
Same here.
Yeah.
I want to do it, but I'm scared. That
I
they're gonna-
ordered the thing.
Can you
so-
check a box
But
like
here's
do
the-
not sell my data?
I mean, our phones pick up everything.
I mean,
now.
literally, they're
I've
already
heard that
tracking you,
too.
so it is
yeah,
fine.
exactly. They already know.
Who was
everything
this
about
on here?
us.
Oh, it was Christy.
Yeah.
Remember? She's like, if you want, like, you need to go
Oh,
to your
yeah.
boyfriend's phone and be like, princess cut diamond ring 3 carat, princess cut diamond ring 3 carat, and then the phone, because everyone's listening and you're getting ads, like his phone's gonna be like, oh, Tiffany's having a sale on princess cut
And it
rings.
worked. She
Tiffany
was telling
has
the
a
story
sale.
and it worked.
It does. It works. We gotta use Siri to our advantage.
Yeah.
Siri and Hey Alexa, do you know who Siri is?
I think it's unplugged.
Only by reputation.
And she's got quite a reputation, doesn't she?
Dang, that's funny.
Angelica, do you want to pick a number?
Yes, please.
Okay.
108.
108. 108. Does that never have significance to you, or is it just?
It's an auspicious number.
Oh, it is.
It's for
Okay.
Paula's, it's for mantra practice, and it's a powerful number that keeps showing up in the universe over and over again.
Have you ever borrowed money or anything else from a family or a friend and not returned it? If so, why? Who has done this to you, and what were the consequences?
JT, that's crazy that came out. Borrowed money.
You need to swing that microphone over to her so the home audience can
My whole
hear.
life.
There you go. Just lean in. There you go.
Gosh, I don't remember ever borrowing money and not giving it back.
Mm-hmm.
I have had people do that.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
what it says too. Or has
Yeah.
anyone ever done this to you? And what were the consequences?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of forgiving in the sense of like, maybe we can trade or work it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's kind of like sometimes there's situations, you know, it's not been a huge issue for me, but it was hard. It's hard for me to ask.
That's
That
true. I
was the
think of
thing.
so
and
many
I just
of
think
us.
out of every, because, you know, I just borrowed some money from you.
Yeah.
So there you go, right? And they're like, that's the question that you get for me is that will I pay it back or have I paid it back? And so I believe in that. I think it's important. We do our best to do that. I haven't always paid my credit cards on time.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's would be the truth, you know, is credit cards, but not from a specific person.
Gregory Stock, PhD. I wonder why you asked that question. I feel like he's trying to make us think of, you know, if you've borrowed money and not paid it back, if so, why? Has anyone ever done this to you, and what were the consequences?
Right.
I'm thinking, well, if you're a person who this has happened to and there were no
Right.
consequences for that person, you might be more likely to do it, or maybe less likely because you feel the pain. You felt the pain of it. I don't know. what
Yeah, I
direction
mean,
they're
maybe that's just a perspective, but also for me, I think it's like it's about being a conscious person, and like let's say you had to modify your agreement. How are you going to deal with that? But to always do your best to be your word, right? And like if somebody has to modify an agreement, do your best to be your word. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. All right, Miss Mariah, what's your number?
13.
Oh, I'm going to be a single digit. I guess I'll be the only single digit. It's like the longest question in the book. Number 13. All right. If it were the only way you could remain with the love of your life, would you be willing for both of you to wake up tomorrow as native speakers of an unfamiliar foreign language, knowing that within a week you'd permanently forget the languages and now speak and largely be cut off from the rest of your friends and culture?
Wait, okay, wait.
What?
Let's like reword this so I
Wow.
can understand it a little better. So,
If so, what would the new language be and why?
so we both wake up speaking in foreign language that nobody knows, basically. And then in a week, what happens?
So the first sentence is the most important.
Okay.
If it were the only way you could remain with the love of your
With
life.
them. Okay.
So this is a must. So you all thinking of someone now. Would you be willing for both of you to wake up tomorrow as native speakers of an unfamiliar foreign language, knowing that within a week you'd permanently forget that language, the languages, and now speak and largely be cut off from your friends and culture? If so, what new language would you want to speak and why?
I'm so confused.
I am too.
I am too. I feel like what it's trying to say is the only way you can stay with your partner is to learn a new is to
Language.
wake up
Yeah,
tomorrow
it's like
speaking
learn
this
their-
like Swahili or
it's
something.
It's basically what it's saying is
That's
that
pretty common language.
true.
Sorry.
I think what it's saying is, would you be willing to just speak to your partner
Right.
forever?
That's-
Learn their love language, essentially, is what that question is saying to me, anyway.
It feels a little like it's dangerous, right? Because it feels like it's making you choose between the love of your life and the rest of your
the
world.
world, yeah.
Which is so dramatic, Dr. Stock.
I know.
Hmm.
I don't know about if I like
No.
this book.
I know. Well, the
My
one time.
answer's no.
Yeah.
Because in theory, my romantic like side is like, of course, anything to, but in actuality, I wouldn't want to
Right.
do that.
Thank you for answering. Like you really thought through it, and that's a real honest answer.
It
It's
is.
true.
It is.
It doesn't matter how much you love someone. If to be with them, are you looking at
She's petting
Snake?
the snake. I'm
Sally the snake. You can put her up on your shoulder. You can wear it around like a boa. She's good luck. She's very auspicious.
Oh, I love it.
She enjoys being stroked. So I'm going to pick question number 7 because that is my lucky number. I haven't read it yet. Do you want me to read it? Do you want to read it?
Do you want me to read it?
Well, you're way over there. I'll read
I
it.
am far.
Can you read it?
Imagine.
And this is perfect because we got about 2.5 minutes left, and I'm just going to finish this out. What is the most serious law you've broken? Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go.
Doing something that you thought was morally right, wouldn't hurt anyone, and was no one's business but yours. Donating blood like it was my job. How bad would the punishment have been if you had been caught and given the maximum sentence? Okay. This says right here, if you were on a jury, would you be willing to convict a person of something that you didn't think should be considered a crime? Interesting. Yeah. So, the most serious law I've ever broken, I don't know that I've broken like any really serious laws. I was a little
When you were
kid when I
5?
did that, and I broke
And you
it.
sprayed-
I guess
and
breaking
you
and
sprayed
breaking
painted
and
her
entering,
name.
theft and vandalism. And I did go through a small shoplifting phase, which I am not proud of, at Disneyland. Sorry,
Oh
Disney.
my God, me too.
I know. It was like a whole thing. We went for high school, and everybody was doing
Stop.
it. And,
I did it at Disney too.
and it was celebrating our graduation.
I know.
Like, it was the worst thing to do. But
Did they put you in Disney jail?
I think I didn't
Mikey and
get
Goofy?
caught.
They got sentenced to the Pirates
Hey.
of the
It's
Caribbean.
pretty easy to do there.
Do you know why Minnie was so mad at Mickey?
Yeah.
Because Mickey's fucking goofy. Ba-dum-bum.
Wait.
Oh.
Are we allowed to say that?
Oh. Can we say the F word? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is
Oh, you did?
America.
Oh yeah, you got
This is
all
America.
excited.
We can say the F word. We check the little box to say, "Look out, parents."
Not for kids.
Not for kids. Yeah, we just talk about way too many grown-up things here to worry about that.
Oh, I didn't know. I would have
Oh,
been
now you know.
flipping a bunch
Me
of
too.
F-bombs.
I would
It's
have
a
done
great
it
question.
too. I didn't know.
Can I ask who brought in Harry Potter today?
Me.
Becky.
Nice.
Remember Becky? You remember her. She wanted to have a
gonna
Star
talk
Wars
about
themed
that a little
quinceañera
bit.
just to find it that Rosie did. Oh, this has been a wonderful day, wonderful
Yes.
show. We've covered a lot of ground. I like to end every show the same way, which is by saying that I am confident that you belong here, and please remember, never let perfection be the enemy of fabulous. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time here on Gals, Gays, and Days.
Bye.
Yippee.
And now let's party!